possibly. I do say, however, that it was only as a result of my own investigation that Julia's innocence was conclusively established, and that she returned to England without a stain on her character. As an instance of what the methods of scholarship may achieve, the affair seems not unworthy of some written record. And you may think, dear reader, that those who had been able, modesty forbids me to say, if others do not choose to, privileged, to observe for themselves the process of my reasoning, would have competed in eagerness to undertake the task. How little, if you think so, do you know the Chancery Bar? Timothy Shepherd, additionally inspired by the reverence which ought to be felt for his former tutor, that is to say, myself. Timothy, you might imagine, would have been delighted by the opportunity. But no. Timothy has a case on the Companies Act coming up in the House of Lords. He is weeks behind with his paperwork. He cannot do it. Selina Jardine, who is fond of Julia, and would have been distressed by her prolonged incarceration. No, Selina is engaged in a planning inquiry on behalf of certain objectors to a road-widening scheme. She is months behind with her paperwork. She cannot possibly do it. Michael Cantrip and Desmond Ragwort, of the same chambers. Cantrip is instructed on behalf of a lady who claims by custom immemorial to be entitled to hang her washing across her neighbour's garden. The neighbour has instructed Ragwort to oppose the claim. They confidently expect the matter to occupy their attention for the best part of term, and that of a High Court judge for at least a fortnight. No, clearly they cannot do it. I am obliged, therefore, with some reluctance, to do the thing myself. It means my own work must be laid aside. The day must be deferred to a yet more distant future, which sees the publication of Causa in the Early Common Law by Hilary Tamar, and the appearance in learned journals of such phrases as Professor Tamar's masterly exposition, Professor Tamar's revolutionary analysis, and so forth. But I am content to make the sacrifice. If I hesitate, it is for fear that some of my readers will suspect that my motive for publication is mere self-advertisement. The danger of incurring so contemptible an opinion has almost deterred me, but I cannot allow mere personal delicacy to deprive the public of a possibly useful and instructive chronicle. I shall set down what happened, as it happened, and if, in the cause of truth, I am unable to minimize my own achievement, I hope that the wiser spirits, I refer in particular, dear reader, to yourself, will not think the worse of me for it. I had decided to spend September in London. My work on the concept of causa required me to study various original documents in the Public Record Office, and Oxford in September is not at all amusing. I had at first been uncertain where I should stay. For the occasional night or two, I am sure of a welcome at Timothy's flat in Middle Temple Lane. I feared, however, that my presence for a whole month might place an excessive strain on his hospitality. Fortune came to my aid. A former colleague of mine, now the owner of a house and 2 cats in Islington, had arranged to spend the month in the United States of America, and had realized, at a late stage, the difficulty of taking the cats with him to that country. He wrote in piteous terms, begging me to come and care for them. Happy to be of assistance to a fellow scholar, I consented. On my first day in London, I made an early start. Reaching the Public Record Office not much after 10, I soon secured the papers needed for my research and settled.